such an asshole.
How you kids doing? AssholeConsulting.com. Cappy's going to have the house to himself for 11 days. Can I go to my family's? Yes, goodbye. I know it sounds horrible, but dude, that's the secret that you want of the few secrets that exist. Stay thin, stay hot. Okay, that's one. And then the other thing is get the fuck out of each other's faces every once in a while. She let you ride your motorcycle to Alaska? Let me explain something there. Mr. Fat Pig with equally fat pig wife who has no sex because you have gunt management. You got to get, duct tape up our gunts. This went very quickly someplace else I wasn't intending. Gunt sex, the new course dropping unteachable. Gunt sex. We got a request. If you got a request, you can always go to assholeconsulting.com where I, the world's only professional asshole, will answer your question as long as you got money. Hey, asshole, I hope you are well. Repeat customer here and fan of your work. I would like to buy a video on Melinda Gates' philanthropic fund, Pivotal Ventures, whose stated mission is we're out to prove that a commitment to diversity can deliver meaningful financial returns. Okay, good. No. Meaningful financial returns comes from what Martin Luther King was talking about, content of character. Not the color of skin or whatever trait people care to worship today. How you were born does not matter. What you do matters. And thankfully, that has nothing to do with the way you were born. I don't know where this irrational focus on what is really sexism and discrimination or bigotry or race, whatever, where you are looking at traits. I don't see what that is. I don't understand what that is. Financial markets have existed quite some time and efficiently so that if you had a good idea, there's to be some gentlemen in Wall Street like, you got a good idea, we'll fund it. And I don't know how many more examples of when you purposely lower, if not outright eliminate standards in exchange for traits, that it's a wreck. It's horrible. And it unfortunately ruins the reputations of minorities, women, whichever disadvantaged group, where you had Elizabeth Holmes, Disney right now. Oh my God. The amount of damage that has done to women and minorities to a lesser extent. The Marvels. What is it? The She-Hulk. I don't know if that's Disney or not. The Scooby-Doo remake. If this is, and I don't believe that this is what competent, normal women in general or minorities are capable of, not, this is what happens when you throw out quality and content of character and replace it with color of skin or plumbing down below or the genitalia you like to lick. And so here, obviously, Melinda, I'd imagine, I haven't looked into the Pivotal Ventures, but Bill and Melinda split. They're part of the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation. Melinda has her estate. What's she going to do with the $12 billion or whatever she inherited? Got out of the divorce settlement. I mean, what is she going to do with it? Start a nonprofit, and she's going to. Are the markets not that efficient? Are people what you now need to do charity funding? That's if you can find. I'm not saying the market's 100% accurate and perfect all the time. Well, I don't know what makes you think your Wall Street investors like money. They largely don't care who's at the helm of it, long as they're making money. But okay, here's how Melinda's going to live the last 15 years of her life. Recently, she was in the headlines because she left the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation and apparently has another $12.5 billion to focus on philanthropy. Check out their website. It provides the website there. It includes gems such as when we evaluate investments, we focus on performance potential, not whether a founder or fund manager looks like the archetype. What is going on? Okay. Why is this fight? Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Quick. He's doing something. He's in the middle of it. Bother him. It includes gems such as when we evaluate investments, we focus on performance potential, not whether a fund founder or fund manager looks like the archetype of who's been successful in the past. That that's your husband didn't look like your ex. Your ex-husband didn't look like the typical swinging dick MBA Wall Street type. And they still funded him. All the nerds from the 70s and 80s who are billionaires today, they were funded. They didn't look the type. It's just so sad. I looked her up. She's not dumb. She has a degree in computer science and economics. She's obviously not a dumb woman, but boy, there's some kind of human frailty or weakness where you all, oh, well, just good feelings and Democrat jizz and unicorn farts, and then it'll just like, no, no. Or we have a rigorous due diligence process and we only invest in companies and funds that we believe are likely to be profitable. We want to send a signal to the rest of the industry, but by overlooking these diverse investment opportunities, they're missing out. No, see now, Melinda, you're telling Wall Street and other investment groups and other financial markets how to do their job. I think they look when we got a. I know this is not high finance of Wall Street, but when we got a loan application, all right, we didn't have a picture of the person. At most, you could tell whether it was male or female based on the name, but we didn't know if it was like white, black, Hispanic. And not once, even at my small little rink-a-dink banks that I work with, not once did we, oh, what's the race? Is it a woman? The God almighty, the software even, or the spreadsheets, whatever models I would program, or if you bought the software, it doesn't ask for traits. It's all numbers. It's called automated underwriting. I don't want to bore you with it, but you plugged in the financial statements or the tax returns. I'll crunch a bunch of numbers, and based on those ratios and numbers and statistics, a lot of times we'll just dump out a rating scale 1 to 5, 5 great, 1 bad, and that's what we did. That's large, and then the bankers would be like, well, and most of the time they're like, don't lend to anyone. Well, Jim's a good guy. If anything, the banks I worked at lent wrongly to the people that shouldn't have had the money. Like, what? They were too loose. But not one. But all right, Melinda. You think of this statement. You think the entire financial market, the part of the financial market that determines what to fund and not what to fund, you think that is flawed. It's got to be in the millions with the millions of analysts and the millions of quantitative analysts and data analytics and investment people who've been there for decades. You think that's better than you. And if anything, the .com bubble and the housing bubble has indicated to me that they're too loose. They invest in too many people, Elizabeth Holmes and all that, although that wasn't necessarily a bubble. That was a diversity bubble there. Oh my God, cute blonde, I want to fuck. Okay, sweetheart, here's your money. Touch P now. Okay, good luck. There's hundreds of years in U.S. financial markets of successes and failures, but of experience. And you're going to do a better job than them, huh? Okay. All right. We want to send a signal to the rest of the industry about overlooking these diverse investors. They're missing out. No, they usually don't. I can't imagine today a scenario where there's a Wall Street investment firm or any kind of investment bank. What's the race of this person? What's her gender or their gender? What genitalia do they like to lick? Are they colorblind? What other? Are they Latina? Are they Latinx? No one gives a shit. What's the finances look like? We believe that a commitment to diversity will generate meaningful returns when more women of all backgrounds. Oh, it's women. Are they going after the women? Because we haven't done that enough yet. Can control access and benefit from investment capital. It will meet unmet market needs. No. What was Elizabeth? See, the existence of Elizabeth Holmes disproves this. And drive progress and innovation for everyone. How does all the above tie in with the basis of all economics, the male sex drive? How does it? God, Jesus. You want an $800 request? I'm curious about your thoughts and just general rambling on the topic. DEI has another funding bazooka aimed at it. Well, let's go with more women. So, I mean, the short version, based on what you've told me, we'll go to the website later. The premise by which the Pivotal Ventures, or I guess Melinda Gates Foundation, or Melinda French, I guess that's her maiden name, foundation, is flawed. If they get lucky, if they actually do use good fundamental financial analysis, they will find investment opportunities. Obviously, they're targeting women. So obviously, out of 12.5 billion, yes, some money would make it to some viable female businesses. Absolutely. I also would think if you are an aspiring female entrepreneur, that I would definitely contact Pivotal Ventures. They might give you better terms than an investment bank or an investment house would. And if it's a charity, I gotta imagine they would. They're not lending out the money, or maybe they are. I don't know. 12.5 billion though technically isn't a lot. But yeah, obviously, if you're a lady or a woman of color, they're sexist and racist. In the good way, though. In the good way, they're focusing. I should set up a white male fund. I really should. I should just go say, okay, the white guy fund, the straight white male fund. Shut the fuck up. But I'm being serious for any aspiring female entrepreneur who you have a legitimate business idea. Yeah, go to them. They probably give you much better terms, or maybe they just fund equity in your venture. You know, it's like an angel investment group, but a nonprofit one. Okay, cool. But it's a flawed premise where that same aspiring entrepreneur who happens to be female, they can't walk into RBC Capital. They can't walk into Morgan Stanley. They can't go venture capitalists are refusing to fund women. What? It's just a waste of money. It's just a waste of money. And I don't know. There's something about these boomer women where they've achieved great things. I'm kind of curious about Sheryl Sandberg, because you got what's her name? Kathleen Kennedy, who's old. And people are like, why does she keep making crap movies? Some people speculate that because these movies take 3 to 5 years to make, they're already in the pipeline. They keep coming out with loss after loss. I argue she's already rich and she's old, going to die soon. People who are rich and aren't going to outlast their money don't pretty much give a fuck whether or not what they do is profitable or viable or economic. And I'd imagine somewhat of this is the same. Melinda, what is she not going to starve? At $12.5 billion, right? And not that's in the investment or the Pivotal Ventures. How much she has personally? What does she care? But it's kind of sad where at the end of your you're in the last inning or two of your life, right? Okay, the home stretch, and you kind of see what people really value. Really, women aren't invested. They're not invested enough in. They're not treated equally by the financial markets. Really, women are represented in movies. So I'm kind of curious what Sheryl Sandberg's going to do. She's a little younger. She's more my age. Is she going to do some nonprofit thing where and come up with something new, please, for the love of God, will somebody come up with something? I'm going to help out the women. The women are so oppressed. I got my broken violin right over there. I'll play a really shitty song. Robert Reich, if you don't know who he is, 80-year-old, washed up former Secretary of Labor under Clinton. He's still tweeting out socialist tweets like, we just need more of the rich people's money. I'm like, is this it? Is this how you guys go down? I'd be spending time fishing with grandchildren, which no doubt many of you have, great grandchildren, perhaps. What this is what you're gonna do with your free dude. I ain't gonna. This sounds like work. Some kind of nonprofit flying around having cocktails with boring rich assholes who never earned it. Some might have earned it. Like, yes. we'll just try it. Then the thing, that socialism thing and giving away free money that's never worked before. We're going to try it again, but this time we're going to start on an even number day. That'll solve the poverties. And I'll try and drive progress. How does all the above tie in with the basis of all of economics? Well, the short answer on that is what I've been talking about. People who form businesses, it shouldn't matter who they are. It should be their ideas, and the profitability of those ideas should attract the capital and the investment necessary to make those ideas become reality. All right. And I would say probably the financial markets were one of the first to say, we don't give a shit about traits you were born with. Can you make money? I think the only other industry that really threw traits out of the formula, like can you make money, would have been professional sports, because like, look, blacks, outstanding athletes, bring them in, get them in here. And I would think that the financial markets, because they're motivated by money, are the same thing. MMA, no one's like, oh wait, hold on, a Hispanic fighter, we don't need any of those, thank you. Now get the Swedish guy in here. So there's a huge, if not total, financial incentive to do away. I'm not saying in 1920 there wasn't any discrimination or anything like that, but today, no. You can you make money? You got a good idea? Can you make tech? Let's go. And so, how does it tie in with economics? Yeah, the way it ties in with economics is, I think it's trying to do the job of the financial investment sector of the economy that the investment sector of the economy already does pretty efficiently. And if these guys are, if like your tier, there was the top tier and mid tier, and if you got to my bank, you were shit tier. But if the main investment firms are rejecting your application for funding, chances are your investment, your business idea is not good. And here comes Melinda Gates, and she's going to Melinda French, and she's going to fund charity. Unfortunately, I think she's going to be picking from a rejected pile, is going to lose more money than your average investment house. We believe in commitment, diversity. Yeah. And it's not, look, if a person has a vagina and their skin color is different than white, that doesn't mean their investment. So it's going to be just a more pissing away of money. So that's how it's going to be in economics. It's going to wait. Tragically, that 12.5 billion could have gone to something much better, like getting women in STEM, or getting people into the trades, or children's cancer, or literally anything other than just this tired pissing away of money of let's fund more people cause vagina. It's also a proof that bigotry doesn't work. I don't know if you notice Disney's movies come out just absolute horse shit. Okay, sexism and racism, other forms of bigotry doesn't work. You need good products. You need good people. You should focus on that. So, you're putting the cart before the horse. The male sex drive, I don't think this has anything to do with the male sex drive. If anything, you might have a little bit of the Elizabeth Holmes, Theranos thing, where you get a pretty girl, although Melinda Gates is, she's not ugly, she's an older woman. You get a pretty young gal, and every guy wants to fuck her, and so senators and wealthy men fund her with the obscure hopes that maybe they have a chance. Yes, that's how she got her funding. Elizabeth Holmes. Yes. But outside of that, no. And I would even say the political motivation. I'm funding women's corporate. That political virtue signaling is an even bigger drive than the male sex drive. But I don't think the male sex drive plays a role here. Rambling on the topic. DEI has another funding bazooka. So let's take a look at this pivotal ventures approach investments. Okay, there's a black woman right up. Okay, all right. We're changing the face of the investment industry. No, you're not. You're really not. Well, here's what's worse, and I saw this with a lot of the loans we would fund. You're wasting. You're worsening their lives. If at minimum, you're wasting their time and you're wasting their lives. I saw a lot of people they would fund some idiots, semi trailer. I'm like, this guy doesn't know how to fix shit. And this guy ruined his entire life. Third mortgage on the trailer house. Ruined his whole life pursuing a business that was never going to make money. We invest in women-led funds and Series A to C companies that are aligned with our mission. We're out to prove that commitment to diversity can deliver meaningful financial returns and unlock market-based solutions to a range. What? It's not market-based. If you're doing it out of charity, that's not market-based. Market-based solution to a range of social problems. I'm not going market-based. Okay. You're, dude, at the end of the day, it's so sad. Melinda Gates or Melinda French. At the end of the day, you're just a common crook. At the end of the day, you're just a teenage girl that wants to make a difference, but you're not willing to adhere to the realities of economics, let alone human nature, to do it. Investing early. We aim to commit capital early to help bring other investors on board. This helps steer more resources to founders and funds that aren't getting the attention and investment they deserve. Building an inclusive process. We have designed a process to avoid replicating the unconscious biases that select against companies and funds led by women, especially women of color. No, there's not an unconscious. You find a black female, Warren Buffett, she ain't going to have trouble fighting. If she's got the magic touch, like she knows, she does her research. She's got her special way of analyzing funds. She'll find money. It's not going to, oh, wait, hold on. Hold the brakes. Hold the brakes there, Chaz. That lady over there happens to be black. You don't say, Thaddeus. Oh, my goodness. We can't have our money being tripled by a woman with black hands. Yes, but Thaddeus, she would triple our money. Oh, no. Triple my money, you say? No, thank you very much. No, I just prefer to get my 20% return from the white guy who's your cousin. Ha ha. Anyone triples your money, they're going to get flooded. It's so tiring. It's just so tiring. When we evaluate investments, we focus on performance potential. No shit. Because what, the other investment houses aren't? Now, whether a founder or a fund manager looks like the archetype who's been successful in the past. Look, your complaints are, the 60s are calling. Your complaints can be filed over there. Rethinking due diligence. What do you mean rethinking? What's there to rethink? You look at debt service coverage ratios. You look at the net income. You look at the percent rate of return. You look at margins. You look at how stable, what the background, the leadership, the experience of the people who are going to run the company. That's due diligence. It doesn't change. We have a rigorous due diligence process. I'm sure you'd love to see their financial models. And we only invest in companies and funds that we believe are likely to be profitable. We want to send a signal to the rest of the industry about overlooking these diverse investment opportunities. They're missing out. Well, then you go good. Then why would you advertise that fact? If there is such an unserved market in aspiring female entrepreneurs, why would you tell other firms about it? When you say, whoa, this gal's got a great, let's give her some, okay, but don't tell anyone. Tell your buddies, get Bill in here. I don't know if Melinda is still on talking terms with Bill. Hey, Bill, come on. This is good. She's got some. Hey, everybody, there's a diamond I found over here. You should come and get some more of the gold I found in my gold mine. Aligning with core focus areas, we shine a light on companies and funds working to advance market-based solutions to the issues and pivotal focus areas like caregiving and mental health for young people. Dude, BetterHelp? Just why BetterHelp came? Whoever funded who You know what? Let's look it up. I think there might be a good chance BetterHelp was founded by a gal. I mean, I'm not putting money on it. BetterHelp founder. Elon Mattis. Oh, it's a white guy. Damn those white men with their entrepreneurial ideas. Caregiving? How do I got to use my words carefully. Not that I'm about to say anything politically incorrect. I got to I got to describe exactly what's happening. Okay. Your focus areas are essentially outsourcing motherhood. Is that it? Caregiving, right? This is it. Mental health for young people. I don't know. How about y'all stay married and have nuclear families? Is that why does a corporation have to solve this? I look, I think therapy is bullshit. I don't think there's some veracity in some aspects of it, but for the mental health for young people, no. No, it's horrible bullshit. There is not a corporate solution to this. It's nuclear families, having fathers, and investing time in your children. What? I thought it was going to be women in. Oh, she's a computer science major. Worked at Microsoft. Probably wants to get technological. And now I get to be daycare and the mental feelings of the emotions of the children. It's like, oh, Jesus fucking. What? There's not enough government money for that? Generate meaningful returns. We believe in diversity, blah, blah, blah. Unmarked needs. We invest in funds, an early stage company change. So you invest in funds. So they're not even the companies. You invest in companies that invest in companies. Cherry Rock Capital. Is this an all female investment group? I'm not against it. I just, Cherry Rock Capital, contact us. This is it. Where's the website? That just says contact us. Does it say anything about it? Is this like these diversity and consulting companies that formed to be storyteller consultants to the video game industry? What the hell is this? Construct. Was this just people came up with logos? Our team. It's two young gals. It's okay. All the nobodies with their black and white photos and smiling. We're here to avoid any real work. We're here to leverage synergies to increase the greatness and help and do good. Impact America. Lead Out Capital. Let's look at this one. Lead Out. We believe. What? Look, okay. Look, I know Ansel Consulting is not the website. Is a shit WordPress hack job I did 11 years ago overnight working a security guard shift from my laptop. I know it's shit. But these, come on, really, team. Allie Rosenthal. Don't worry, the middle-aged white women are here. They'll solve everything. Steve Brownlee. Yu Feng Wan. Yan Dong. Okay. All right. I don't know. Kind of looks like a money grab to me. Frankly, it looks like a bunch of well-off people want to create their own little investment hedge fund type of deals. Female found. Yeah, it looks like a bunch of people want to, frankly, a bunch of entrepreneurs. How many funds do you need to help invest? Why can't you directly invest in the women themselves? Rethink impact. Rethinking environmental sustainability. Okay, it's leftist business people. Bored leftist business people, right? God almighty. Is this one of those deals where at the end of it, for every $100 you invest in some genuinely aspiring Hispanic female entrepreneur, like for every $100, like $2 makes it to the actual woman, and then 98 is on champagne and cocktails and advertising and website budgets? What what a waste. What a waste. Bridging the gap, women-led funds are seizing opportunities other had. No, they haven't. No, they're not. Partnerships, advocacy, it's all women all the time. How many Twitter followers they got? Got to have a couple. Got to have some, man. You're Melinda Gates. Okay, 20,000 followers. I think the money. All right, I'll do my conclusion here. Not only Melinda Gates pivotal ventures, but the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, maybe it's just the Bill Gates Foundation. Okay. It is the classic example of you stepped outside of your expertise, right? And whereas Bill and Melinda, what is the Microsoft fortune? Bill Gates net worth. And we gotta remember, okay, 129 billion. That's significant. And let's look up Melinda French 11 billion. Okay, so it's 130 billion dollars. Okay. That is a tremendous amount of genuine economic production. And Bill and Melinda, your opinions of them, whatever it might be, that if you look at it, society has decided to award Bill, saying, okay, Bill, you produced this thing, or you bought it. I won't go into the details. You brought it to market. It was such a great thing that we value your thing at $130 billion in total, and then there's other investment, Microsoft and all that. But Bill, you were such a valuable person. That thing you created was so valuable. We as society decided to give you money, or a net worth technically, of $130 billion. All right. That is historic. He will go down in history. He already has. Like Andrew Carnegie and JP Morgan, whatever else have you. And the rich, super rich people, they face a paradox. You are not going to outlast your money. So what do I do with it? And what they do is they step out of their field of expertise, and they go back to being a middle school, a teen, like a 15-year-old, 16-year-old girl. I'm going to make a change. I'm going to help it. And this is where now you're stepping in my world, economics. And you're going to piss it away. You're just going to piss it away. There is a tremendous amount of good that can be done with cumulatively $140 billion, $130 billion. There is a lot that could be done. Right? But whereas Melinda studied computer science, Bill, I don't think Bill has a degree. I think he just nerded out and studied it. Whereas their expertise is in building them, my expertise is in blowing them up. No one's going to get that one. They're stepping outside their expertise. And consequently, like all well-intended, naive, uneducated in economics, well, though Melinda's got a degree now, it's probably one of them touchy-feely degrees today. They're just going to waste that money. And the way I can tell they're wasting the money is they're investing in the same horseshit slop that the welfare state and the Great Society has been investing in for the past 60 years. Okay, we're coming up on 60 years of the welfare state. Next year will be the 60th anniversary when Lyndon B. Johnson said, hey, you know what? Let's give people free shit. And depending on how you want to measure it, now I say it's 35 trillion, and I got just for inflation, and what do you consider? Well, blah, blah, blah. Let's just call it 30 trillion to keep the math simple. Let me do the numbers here. Okay, so we have $140 billion. Okay, 140, 123,000, 123 million, 123 billion. Divided by 30 trillion, 30, 123,000, 123 million, 123 billion, 123 trillion. So just so you know, for the past 60 years, the U.S. federal and state and local governments, for the past 3 generations of Americans, we have spent probably more than 30 trillion US dollars on everything that all these rich nonprofit do-gooder types have. childhood hunger, childhood poverty, discrimination, disease, people not feeling good about themselves, mental illness, heart attacks, environmentalism, all 60 years, 3 generations, $30 trillion, likely more. Has it solved one problem? It hasn't. It hasn't solved one problem. You might be able to argue it solved childhood hunger because now we've gone full bore the other way. Then now the kids are too fat. Okay, I'll grant you maybe we solved hunger. But this isn't like the March of Dimes where they cured polio, I believe. That's so rare. Name one thing a charity has actually cured or solved. And what you'll find out, not only does it not cure it or solve it, it perpetuates it because now there's free money involved. Oh, I'm a female and I'm oppressed. Give me funding. You going to create a job with that? Is that going to be a viable business concern or are you just going to waste it? And could that money have gone to, oh no, a straight white male who ran a profitable business? No, we can't have a profitable business no matter how many people it would employ because headed up by a straight white male. Because we're so obsessed with race and trait and gender and all that other shit right now. We have spent $30 trillion on trying to solve these amorphous, very social problems. I'm not saying they're not problems or they shouldn't be somehow treated, but they're much more intelligent way to approach it. But the money doesn't work. And if you do the math, Bill and Melinda, formerly Gates, your entire fortune adds up to 0.4% of what the welfare state has spent. The entire Gates Foundation doesn't even muster up to 0.5% of what governments have. And we could throw in global government, global spending too, because I do believe the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, it's global. I mean, you're not limiting yourself to the United States. I'm just using U.S. figures. So it's probably even worse. Your fart in this hurricane will not solve one problem. This is what pisses me off about leftists in general. Even if you're well-intentioned, you are not practical. It's all about feeling good. It's all about, well, I want to feel good. You don't give a shit about black people. You really don't. You don't give a shit about women. You give a shit about feeling good. Because if you actually gave a shit about women or minorities or whatever, you would be much more empirical and factual in your approach and the information that you would give to these people to help them. This is, I'll say it a million times before. I don't criticize women's degree choices because I hate women. I criticize the choices because I actually give a fuck about them and I want them to do better. And telling women to focus on accounting or the trades or God almighty, maybe you just be nice and pretty and support a husband and be a stay-at-home. Oh my God, Jesus, kill that man over there right now. Get him. He said the thing he wasn't supposed to say. I'm not saying that's the route to go. I'm just saying that might be an option. I catch all sorts of, but Melinda, that sentence, if she's listening, the sentence I just said there, we should stop lying to women about educational and career paths and be more practical and forthright with them about the feasibility of their degree choices. That statement right there is going to do more good than your $12.5 billion. You might get lucky. You might find, yeah, okay, here's legitimately someone who is overlooked by traditional financing houses. Fine. I doubt that's going to happen because your goal is to feel good, not to actually help out women. And so you're just, what gets me is the tremendous opportunity cost this money could have actually done. I mean, this is just being me, but I do the Booker T. Washington approach, setting up his trade school. I think it was in Alabama. It was Mississippi. I'd have to look it up. It's still there, but Lord knows it's been taken over by woke shit. I would be bluntly honest. Oh, we want to help out people's health. How about we focus on obesity, telling people like shame fat people. Oh, you hate fat? No, actually quite the opposite. It's like lose weight or die early. Let's not even talk about your sex life and how miserable you are. In other words, there's like an axiom. There's no practical, productive charity without truth. And the truth is, most of the problems we have in society, in the West anyway, is people are lazy motherfuckers who don't want to work. That's it. And you couldn't, and it's so easy now. Oh, I have trait X. I'm discriminated against. Give me more money and lower my stats. It's not going to help them. Because at the end of the day, I'm going to imagine the majority of these gals that you're trying to fund don't have legitimate business ideas. If they do, and the market was inefficient and didn't cap, absolutely go fund it. Get your money. Fund that woman. Make her a billionaire. I'm all for it. But this sad, whiny, crying vagina shit again, it's just so tiring because it's so fake. It's so impractical. It's so utterly, it's going to fail. You're wasting money that if you were just honest, you actually could help out a lot of people. The $12.5 billion scholarships increase the price of tuition. I'm not going to go into it, but removing that aside, let's just set that aside, okay? I'm not saying to do this, but I'm saying your money would be much better spent if you did a tremendous push to get women into STEM or the trades or finance and accounting. And it'd be one thing if these were tech, right? If these were tech companies, no, you're doing caregiving. Oh, fuck off. Fuck off. The government, you're going against government programs. What are you going to do that government and state, local levels mainly aren't doing already? I mean, a lot of time there's daycare in the high schools now. What? There's money to be made here. No, there ain't. Well, some obscure approach. You could just save it, invest it, and hold out until there's like legitimate things to invest in. But the majority of investments isn't going to be through affirmative action and charity investment. It's not going to do it. It's going to be telling these people the goddamn truth. And if you're looking for a genuine charity, children are innocent. Cancer, St. Jude's, there, give it to them. Because otherwise this money's just going to be wasted. Wasn't there like, was it the Facebook gal? Some gal got arrested. She was the DEI executive at 2 large corporations. She embezzled $5 million. What the fuck do you think this is going to be? I'm not saying they're going to be as malicious and embezzle, but I have a dream that I'm going to go. You're just funding, but frankly, here's who you're going to be funding. Those girls like, okay, here's my day at Twitter or Facebook. Oh my God. And you know, here's Becky and we're going to just talk. And I really like to go and get the spinach wrap, cheese omelets, but you know, I'm kind of watching my weight. It's a bunch of entrepreneurs you're funding. These aren't serious hardcore industrial. That's what you should do. Find the hardcore industrialist gals. Not a lot of them, because we keep lying to girls. You go major in early childhood education. Promote women in STEM. Promote women in accounting. Promote women into trades. That's going to help them. But you just, and the Bill Gates Foundation, okay, yeah, you dug a ditch. You dug a ditch in a third world shithole. Congratulations, man. Congratulations. The Chinese are doing more to get the Africans out of poverty by actually investing for-profit ventures. It's just, yeah, so the Gates Foundation and the Pivotal Ventures and all, it's a big old feel-good party. Not a practical, serious economic use of these funds to help even the intended people they want to, because it's not practical. It's all touchy, feel good, Marxist leftist bullshit, which has evidenced by the longest running economic experiment we have called the U.S. welfare state isn't going to work. It's 0.4% of 1% of what the government has already done. I mean, you gave me 12.5 billion. I could throw a crazy party for the masculine geeks and me and the Rule Zero gang. At least we get that. At least we got a lot of hookers and blow. Okay. All right. Let's go to the super chats and have ourselves a treat. Chase Roboto, $10, just saying what's up from Rosebud Red. Oh, you down in Rosebud? What are you doing in Rosebud? Some hiking out there. Are you on your way to the are you on the way to the Badlands? Well, it starts I don't know if you're coming towards the Black Hills or going away from the Black Hills, but if you're going towards the Black Hills, starts getting interesting there. A lot of go through Badlands National Park. Ross the Skunk, $5 for the vertically challenged Keep Off My Lawn fund. There's so much more that could be funded. You could pay off some trinket amount of the national debt. That would be a better use. That'll save everybody a little bit of inflation. That would. I mean, it won't stop it or not, but it would postpone. Naughty DJ Aftershock, $5. Better use that money dedicated to his foundation would be to donate it all to me or you, Cappy. I made a bigger impact on the world, and so would Cap. I would have, because will we be faced with this? I'm not going to spend, I don't know, $12.5 billion. What would I do with it? But I'll tell you this: I'd invest it in and give it away to way better, more practical things. I'd set up the Stop Lying to Black People Fund, and other associated minorities. It wouldn't just focus, but that'd be the most shocking. StopLyingToBlackPeople.org. And it wouldn't be none of this like, oh, we're having a fundraiser on New Year's. Oh, we're writing a poem. We got champagne. Well, here you go, my fellow black man. Here's the nickel out of the $10,000 in donations. There you go. That'll help you. No, like, oh, we got 10,000. Okay, we're gonna make sure 9,500 ends up in his hands. It wouldn't end up in your hands. Be like, yeah, that's your trade school. There you go. Don't fuck it up. If you fuck it up, you're gone. Hand Clogs, $2. Glorious love to our state mothers. Love it. Yes, the state mothers. We need to have state educated and state financed. Well, we need the Department of American. Now, America's too patriotic. The Department of State Mothers. We need state moms. We need all women, not all, but a lot of women need to go and get their doctorate in state mothering, in government mothering. And then you can become state moms. It will pay you by the government, and you will raise the unwanted children of America. Rachel, well, 20 generous dollars. Rachel, how you doing? Thanks. Say hi to Andrew for me. Ross the Skunk, $2. Great. Oh, by the way, Rachel's book. Oh, fuck. What was it? Occult Origins of Feminism. Please go look at that book. It's very interesting. Very interesting. Ross the Skunk, $2. Great to correct Rachel's spelling. Oh, yeah. Well, she's. Theme Wong, 69 Thai baht. Thailand will have stimmy checks like America. What, really? Are they? You don't have to send me another. Are they going to do stimmy checks? And free money hey, we figured it out, everybody. Free money. That was the problem. It's a shock that over tens of thousands of years we haven't figured this out. It's just free money. This is fucking petulant, childish 3-year-old bullshit. And the adults believe it. Mark Magana, $2. Could have cured cancer for what we spend on COVID. We could have fought. We did fight World War II. If you look at government spending to GDP, what we spent on COVID, that was the equivalent to World War II. It was ridiculous. We could have done so much other money with, yeah. Enjoy the decline, guys. Enjoy the decline. Bill Sauter, $10. Howdy, Aaron. How was vacation? It was great. It was one of those not going anywhere vacations. Are you back and available for a private consultation? I am, but it's $300 minimum. Don't waste my fucking time. You don't see this, but having to deal with just basic interaction with human beings. I don't even mean my clientele. I mean like going to get an omelet, getting gas. Dude, the competency crisis is increasing. People are just, you can't go out. Even good old South Dakota, you can't go out without somebody fucking up shit today. Or in the past. So my patience is non-existent. This better have a fucking point to it. We're not talking for an hour. And yeah, I'll be available for a private cut, but have your fucking shit together. Generation Apollo, $5. Steve Jobs' ex-wife is doing the same thing while she cruises the world on a mega yacht, but says she won't leave anything for her kids. Steve Jobs. Oh, well, he passed away though, right? What about Mackenzie Bezos? Right? How much do you want to? Let me ask. We could do a study. Somebody, not me, do the study. Just go find the um the widows or the ex-wives of super billionaires who get their money, right? What do they do with it? I guarantee you, they all start feel good bullshit, chocolates up your ass, nonprofit crap like this that just squanders these billions of dollars. That, if more intelligently, would tangibly, significantly, and permanently help various groups, whichever one you actually want to help out. I think it's the epitome of privilege, though, where you get to create a fund not based in any kind of reality or practicality. And then just how many champagne cocktail yacht boat cruising parties hobnobbing with rich? Don't you rich elite people get sick and tired of hanging out with each other? Does it get boring? Oh, hi, George Clooney. Good to see you. Get the fuck off my boat. I don't care about you. You say the political things. Get the fuck off my boat. I don't even have a boat. Hey, let's hobnob, dude. Let's solve all. We're going to help out those black people's problems now. Don't worry, Africa. Leonardo DiCaprio just got on the boat. He'll take Live Aid. Do you remember Live Aid? That horse shit? Fucking assholes. We feel good. Here's all it is. That's all it is. There's your $140 billion. Lord knows what the Apple estate and the Amazon estate. Hey, here's a great one because he's younger than me. What's the robot gonna do? Zuckerberg. What's he gonna do with his money? Assuming he still has it. What are you gonna do, Mark? Is it gonna be more Democrat nonprofit charity shit? Oh, why it didn't work? Are you all going to end up like Robert Reich tweeting out Marxist bullshit in the last 5 years of your life? What is it? Is it to be popular? Is it just to feel good? What is it? Like, when do y'all grow up and knock it off? Well, if it feels good, do it. What the fuck boomer bullshit is that? We need a Gen X czar in charge of nonprofits. Oh, could you me be real stingy with the money? You want to apply for a grant, yeah? But you have 7 children from 8 different fathers. If you get your tubes tied, then we will consider your application. Christoph and on $2. Accounting is STEM, really boring math. Yeah, I know. I'm just the solutions are so simple. Stop having kids you can't afford. If you need help with donating, like that'd be one thing to help poverty for everyone. We go to the men, okay? Free vasectomies, right? And you want to eliminate poverty? Here's how I'm being deadly serious. I would go and I'd pay every man in America, like, here's your vasectomy. We're paying for it. Hell, there's a website that offers vasectomies for people to, because you like to have sex, but you don't want to have kids. I gotta find. I would go in there. I'm like, we're paying for men to have vasectomies. All of you make a donation here to the sperm bank. All right. And we will also pay for the extraction or the reversal of your vasectomy should the point in time become that you want to have kids. I would eliminate so much poverty in a year. Now it'd start to trend down. You give me a generation? Like, yeah, people are only having kids that can afford it. Oh my God, the budget was balanced and we got the thing and there's no more debt. And oh my God, prices came down. I should find that. Planned Parenthood. Okay, go to Planned Parenthood, but best vasectomy. There's a, God darn it. Email me if you're interested. There is a group out there that does free vasectomies. It's a nonprofit. There, I donate my money to that. I'll link it down below. I gotta find it because I did talk to the guy. And 5 and 4, $2. Women in trades equals trades become like the rest. No, if there's no bullshit, if we knock it off with it, oh my God, you have a vagina? If we knock it off with worshiping traits, say, no, motherfucker, you're a human being just like everybody else. You're not special because you're a woman. If we stop the woman worship and by large, the trait worship, if you knock it off with this Democrat political identity politics shit, and you treat everyone equally, like, no, you're a piece of shit human being. Now get off your fucking ass and go do something. If we knock that off before K through college, oh my God, women! Ah! If we knock that off and start treating everyone like everybody else, like, oh, you're here for the job, I see. Okay, get in that truck and drive it. Women are capable of doing it. They may not like it. That may not be their preferred industry. But who gives a fuck what people want nowadays? This is the economy. This is the real world. Plus, we've done 60 years of women majoring in essentially the outsourcing of mom industry, early childhood education, social work, all this other political bullshit. Like, okay, how's that working for you? Okay, you ready to get a real job now? Okay, cool. And then you can't even talk to the older people. You got to talk to the younger kids. Hey, look, okay, did you see everyone with the student loan debt, all the women, all the girl bossing, all the debt, all the crying? Or do you just want to become an accountant, man? You want to become a tradesman, tradeswoman? You want to make money? You want to not be poor? Do you want to not be in debt? Okay, here you go. And then, by the way, if you want to have some kids, go ahead and have some kids. It's okay to like men. It's all right. You don't. I know. You're told you had to hate them, but you really don't have to hate them. If you like, you can hang out. Yeah, you could go on a date with that guy. It's possible. There we go. All right. Questions, answers, assholeconsulting.com. Bill, Melinda, what? Just give me 5 men. Give me 1 billion. Let's see what I can do with. Give me $1 billion. Just give me $1 billion. I'm going to take a cut, by the way. Okay? It won't be anything like, give me $1 billion. I'm going to pay myself $4 million. That should set me for the rest of my life. And you see what I do with $1 billion. Well, you guys are all, what? More money? Okay. Even though the government does that already. Here's our 2 pennies compared to your trillions of dollars. All right, that's it. I'll see you guys later. Toodles.